Hey.
All right, welcome company. We live and in direct with the Bacon Queen, Miss Neesha.
Neesh with the treats.
Sweet treats.
Sweet treats, Neesh, aka the Frostitute of Philly.
Right there. The Frostitue, the person that bakes and decorates for a payment.
Oh.
I
like
I
that.
changed one word and one letter. Well, I added 2 words and changed one letter.
Right. There's nothing free in this world.
Right. Well, this episode 52. We are live in Neesh kitchen right now, and I gotta say, it's beautiful.
Yeah. Open floor layout.
Spectacular.
Yeah, it is. It's she gonna do a couple things for us today, as far as bacon. She gonna make our logo. She got some cookies and all that. So, stay tuned for the videos. We gonna her live is up, but we gonna have some videos coming up soon on YouTube and all that. But
What's your IG handle so they can?
yeah.
Sweets by Neesha. Great.
All right, sweet
Neesha.
Okay.
Had to spell that out for y'all.
Right?
You know.
I be trying to put an I in my name.
Like Keisha.
Right? Neesha. Okay.
But it's the usual suspects. Who we got in here today?
I gotta start off
Anybody
with it's H, the great,
Okay.
you love me, never fake. Go ahead.
It's crazy.
I knew she was
I
gonna
gotta do it because y'all already done stamped it.
Trig, what is the day, right?
Yeah, I'm a little under the weather, so you don't have me talking to you.
Yeah, somebody dying over there.
I just wanted to let y'all know he's here because he's breathing hard. But we're gonna start out how we start out every episode, Neesh. We usually start out 1 to 10, how your day going, how you feeling.
So I listen to y'all. I'm about to say, I'm ready for
Okay.
that.
So go ahead, special guest, how you feeling? 1 through 10.
I'm at a 10 right now.
Oh.
I'm at a 10 right now.
You can say it's because of us.
You know it is. I love when people come over, and one of my cousins just left. She on her way to Charlotte. I'm sad about that, but at the same time, I made y'all some milk and cookies. I always love giving my creations out, so I'm excited for it. I got some new stuff too to talk about too. I'm definitely at a 10.
That's what's up.
Okay.
Oh well, let's keep it on the
Cool.
ladies' side.
Yeah, ladies' side.
come
Why
on,
you always
please.
looking at me?
trying to flip it?
Uh-huh.
All right, so I'm definitely a 10 because I don't look like a boy this episode, and I am happy.
Oh, all right, got them
And I'm
Bundys
with
in.
my
She ain't got
crew.
the fro out this week.
No, I don't.
Got the Al Bundys in. Okay. I'll go next then, since I always save myself for last. I'm a 10. I'll go 10.
Ooh, it's gonna be a good week.
3 weeks in a row with a guest. Like, we on the road right now. Like, can't complain. You know
It's
what I
gonna be a
mean?
good week.
And
Shout out to the man.
shout out to the man.
Shout out to the booking manager.
We definitely on the road.
I'm getting on the olive.
We got him on watch. He's sick. He over here. If y'all don't know, Trigg started patting on his back when I was talking about the managers. He been doing his job, but we thought he was choking.
I'm gonna say I'm a 10 too then. Since everybody at 10, I don't gotta go to work early tomorrow, so
Ooh.
I get to sleep somewhat.
Okay.
Yeah, but I've been good today. It's been a good day. So yeah, I'm a 10. How about you, Trey?
Man, I'm at like a 5, bro. It's cool kicking my ass. But it is what it is, man. It's life.
You still doing your job, you know what I mean?
Still eating olives.
Eating olives, doing his job, eating spam, you know what I mean?
What? Scrapple.
Oh, scramble.
We're going to have
Vienna
a pull up this
sausages.
week. Everybody who eats spam and Vienna sausages, y'all better tune in. We like,
All the grandmas and grandpas.
It's like 8 of y'all.
I'm not feeling y'all on the Vienna sausage and the what else was it? Something
It
else.
was scrapple.
I'm feeling the scrap with her.
No,
Y'all
come
gonna get the
on,
scrap
I
with
feel
her.
the spam. I eat the
Olives.
Vienna
Olives.
No, but that's
that spam
The
is
spam and the Vienna sausage, no, but you can throw some scrap on my plate. I ain't gonna lie.
No, ew, all that is
Yo,
nasty.
but like-
Y'all probably eat potted meat. Like,
What is potted meat?
Beef in the can.
Yeah, there's like some stuffed meat in there. It's nasty.
Yo,
it look nasty.
That's the struggle food, though.
No,
Like
struggle food to me was oodles and noodles and hot dogs.
yeah.
No,
Vienna
but now they cheap.
sausages.
But the crazy part is now oodles and noodles is like a top grade thing. Everybody
No,
the
nah,
ramen.
that's the
They don't even
struggle
call it
food
oodles
for
and
college
noodles no more. They
kids.
call it ramen.
Raymond.
They done
egg
graduated on it.
Right.
Let's-
You know
Let's
that.
get started. Let's talk about these before we start getting in our bag with our dumb conversation. So we're gonna start off. Neesh, can you tell us a little about your baking career, like how it started and where your passion come from to bake?
To bake. Well, I've been in this industry for this year will make 15 years.
Oh wow!
I started very young. I used to make cakes for anybody and everybody that wanted them. My mama used to make celebration baskets. I used to do the little chocolate candies and chocolate decorations from there. After that, I went to a tech school, got into professional baking. After high school...
Don't say just a tech school.
My bad. I went to Bucktown Technical High School, BCTHS. Okay, class of 09.
Talk that shit.
09. And then I went to the restaurant school in 42nd and Walnut.
Okay.
I got my bachelor's in pastry, the bachelor's degree in science and pastry arts.
Oh wow! Damn, I didn't even know it was
I
that
didn't even
technical.
know.
She said the science.
It's a French-based school. So while I was in school, I was able to go to France. I was able to go to London.
Oh wow!
Which is awesome. I would love to go back to London. But currently, I work at the Kimpton Hotel down on 5th and Chestnut. I work as one of their pastry chefs in there.
Okay.
I've been working on developing different menus for their banquets events and this, that. And
Right.
on top of that, that's being the home job.
Right.
I do cupcakes and cookies and customized desserts for sweets tables outside of that. So,
Okay.
which is the main focus at the end of the day.
Okay.
So,
Damn, that's far from a box cake. I'm still.
What?
listen, your first cake was a box cake, okay?
The closest thing I made as far as baking was some cornbread. I ain't make nothing else.
I just
I remember
made
when
biscuits. You know what I mean?
What was it, like my 16th birthday?
But y'all was hard cash.
Yeah.
Who she was talking about
Yeah,
before we
hard
came
cash.
up.
Oh man! Wow.
Exactly.
Shout out to Hard
I did like
Cash.
a turntable cake
Yeah.
that had hard cash on it. That was the worst turntable cake I've ever done in my entire life.
Wow.
But I did it side by side. I got to dig it up again. Of like that turntable is from, what was that, 09?
Yeah.
Maybe
We
08.
16. That was like 07.
Yeah, it was like.
Oh yeah, that was early in high school.
Wow.
And then I did another one back in like maybe 2017 or something like that, day and night. But cake decorating is definitely more of my passion, and cookie decorating is more of where I want to stay in. But I want to be different with it, so trying to get the show. I don't know if y'all checked out the Dear Mr. Tyler Perry, the cookie project that I
Oh
posted
yeah, I
on
did
YouTube.
see that. I did see that.
Trying to get his attention. She'd be like, hey.
Yeah, subscribe
Just a
to
little
Neesh YouTube. What's your YouTube?
My
handle?
YouTube page is the Frostitute Philly.
Okay.
Wow.
The Frostitute Philly. I got little cookie challenges, boomerangs of my cakes. I used to work over at O'Teary's.
Okay.
And just different stuff I've been doing. I'm probably going to post this too online, but I want to keep being different in it, you know?
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
Exactly. Black entrepreneur. I got to work the things that I know.
Yeah,
You know?
there you go.
Try to get the people attention that I want to get attention of, you know?
Now I got a question. Did you always have that support? Like, if you just told, like, yeah, I want to be a chef and I want to be a pastry chef, but it was always that support behind you? Or?
I definitely did. I'm only child.
Okay.
And we lived in the suburbs. Y'all remember, we only saw y'all on the weekends.
Right.
We only saw y'all block parties on the weekends.
Yeah.
So once I fully was like, no, this is what I want to do, everything I have been blessed with.
Okay.
Like,
Wow.
I've rarely paid, like, even if I really want it, like, I'll pay for my entries in certain competitions, but other than that, everything else has been covered. Between my mama, my grandmama, my aunt, just about everything
Right.
I've been blessed with.
Yeah.
I work for it, but I got blessed with it.
Right. That's good.
So,
Well, can you speak of your the evolution of it? Like, where did it start? Where you I'm baking 5-6 cookies inside the oven to now you doing stuff like this, like where if you guys can't see, but she's printing our logo and she's going to take that and project it onto like a treat or whatever.
definitely. So after college, it was kept, the cycle of certain things just coming around, like cupcakes phases, the second, the third,
Right.
the cake jars, which I'm going to talk about a little bit later too. But I just wanted to be different. And I wanted to be a cake decorator more for the art
Okay.
and not so much of the actual baking of it.
Okay.
I have a friend. We became friends. I worked at Philly Cupcake. I don't know if y'all remember. I worked at Philly Cupcake for a little bit downtown. She was a baker. I was more than okay with letting her bake everything.
Okay.
Like, I want to decorate. I think is the
Right.
art side of it. The main thing, especially when I came up with the name Frostitute, it was like, I can, stuff like this, I can convert the two. You know, I can
Right.
manipulate both of them. I can make stuff out of clay, or I can make it out of fondant.
Okay.
So that's where my crafty, artisan hand comes in at. Where I like to play around for the most part. But as far as everything else, what BT own, they don't have any cake shows, not even cake shows, any food shows on their network.
That is true.
Wow, yeah.
That is
You
true.
know? Like, especially BET. Like, they don't got nothing.
Right.
And that sounds like a good name in like Frostitute.
It's a little catchy little name. I mean, it gets a little weird when you get around the Saints, but other than that,
I mean, when I posted that you was gonna be on the show tomorrow, well today or whatever, and the first thing people grabbed was like the Frostitute, like, so it definitely popped out like, what's going on there? Like,
and that's why I got the definition of a person that bakes and decorates for a payment. Simple as that. Insert 2 words, change 1 letter, right there. But yeah, I just want to be different in it, and I want to go places where cake decorators don't go, like BET Experience, Essence Music Festival. Like,
right.
I'm a dancing cake decorator on top of that, so it's like,
Oh wow!
let me. Get it.
So I don't want to hog all the questions, but I had another question. Can you speak to your experience? I know recently you was on the Food Network. Can you speak to that experience and your experience doing challenges and things of that nature?
I'm gonna say this: I enjoyed going to Food Network, but the experience I got in general being out there was so much more worth it.
Okay.
Like, I was ready for it. I was prepared. I did all my preparations for it, especially when I got the final, like, okay, like, here's your flight ticket. And I got that email. I was like, oh, snap. Like, oh. But they made it really, really easy for the most part. Food Network is an awesome company, well-oiled machine. Like, they're very effective. I was able to get some free time, and that was what I was most excited for.
Right.
Okay.
I'm a little book nerd.
Right.
Not gonna lie. But I think we got out one day, 1 o'clock. I went to the bookstore, and then went to Sarah Jake's church, LA1, on their Thursday night service.
Okay, wow.
Litty. Like, litty. But just being in front of the cameras, the way that they have it set up, and just being in that atmosphere, I'm like, this is what I want to keep doing,
Okay.
Like, I don't want to keep baking, the traditional way of,
Right.
we have enough Italian bakeries in the city,
Yeah, that's all you say is Italian.
and even not even just Italian, like Italian frame. We got Denise's, Tiffany's, O'Teary's, you got Rockland, you got Isgrove's.
Yeah, I only know one black bakery.
Denise's.
For every occasion.
And for every occasion, yes.
That's the only ones I know.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's like one of those things of like, there's such a, already pre-programmed pattern for bakers and cake decorators. Yeah, no, I'm too wild for all that. Like, I want to dance, and I want to be seen in a different light,
Yeah.
Like, I want to be able to keep doing
like
shows
Saw,
like this.
Come shmoney shmoney.
Yeah. Like, I want to use my, my energy in a different way and still do what I like to do.
Change the narrative of a baker.
Exactly. Like,
yes.
see, be like Lizzo, decorated and twerking and all this stuff on the BET stage. Like, come on.
All right, so I have a question. What was like the most outrageous request you got of a cake? Because I know
the most common outrageous request I get for a cake is either vaginas, dicks, weed,
I figured that.
Wow.
and marijuana cakes, marijuana brownies. Definitely more of a sense of just very erotic cakes. And they come so.
You ever asked like both, like the vagina and the dick together?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's for bachelorette and bachelorette. Yeah.
So
I've done vagina cupcakes with piercings on them.
Okay.
Penis cupcakes. Yeah.
So I guess you still would have to get a visual. So do people be like, I
want this one right
I had that once. I've had that once. I was like, whoa, wait a minute.
Don't miss out on that right there. Like,
You have to put a vein in it.
Yeah, like they will ask, like I'll have to put those specific details, like make sure you get the hair veiny, like it's the details that I have to look at to complete a cake is completely different from what people would think.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, but I think the most disturbing one. someone wanted a cake for their yellow shower party.
What's the yellow shower? Wait. Oh, that? Wait.
Wow.
And then
party?
and then they showed me a picture of one of the birthday guy in like full leather suit, and they wanted him like recreated in a cake in his full yellow.
With some lemon meringue on them.
I was just like, oh, all right,
wow,
that's fine.
And you're not you don't object to anything?
No.
Oh, okay.
I've only objected to one cake ever in my life. I was working with another place, and they just wanted too many. Like they wanted a whole cake covered in just like foul language, like it just like racist stuff. It's just like it was just like. But no, like, I'm not doing that.
I want you to put the N word, but not the N word.
Yeah.
The real word.
It was so weird. But yeah, no, that was the only one that I ever denied. But other than that, I don't discriminate at all.
You do know I'm black, right?
Right?
They don't know until they come in and get the cake. Like,
right?
Oh, that's you.
Oh, my bad. Like, no, what you need that on the cake for? Like, I don't understand.
Put the N word, but not N word. Put IEG on it. You know what I'm saying, partner?
No.
Now, was it like something where as though you had to like explain that to your boss, or was it like your own personal thing?
No, I had to explain to my boss. So I was like, no, I'm not doing this cake.
And he's still behind you?
No, he took it to another decorator.
Oh, okay. You seen the cake? Did the cake come out?
Yeah.
Like, it was crazy.
It was weird. It was super weird. But no, that place had almost 20 decorators. He took it to another decorator. He don't care, you know?
Yeah, man, all right.
Yeah, that's what it is.
When you mentioned the aspect of changing the narrative of what is a bakery, like, and you see that all these places they do like the usual stuff, and some of them start to evolve into little fondant and things of that nature, and doing special cakes, but not to the level that you do. When you speak of that, do you worry about your price point with people and people accepting that if you open up a place where you can get things of this nature?
At one point in time I did, not anymore. More of a sense of not so much knowing. I have I have Food Network on my back now.
Yeah.
Like I'm waiting for my patch to come in that says Food Network competitor,
right,
to put on my chef jacket.
Right.
So with that backing of it and the uniqueness that I already know that I have, it's like nowadays it's just like, if you want it, you want it. If you don't, you can.
Bye-bye. Yeah.
Right. You only get one Frostitute. Like, that's it. At least the one in Philly. Like, I have my past roots in the South.
Okay.
So I have family in New Orleans, Mississippi, Atlanta, and then coming back up to the Midwest, Chicago, East Side Chicago.
Damn.
So it's like all that rootedness of South. It's like you want it, you want it. If you don't, baby,
right,
go ahead.
Yeah, you hear
like, go ahead.
You hear when she talk about her mom, she say her mama.
Like, go ahead.
That come from that South.
Exactly.
And do you feel as though like you can start a company up here, or you feel as though like because you got, like you said, family rooted everywhere else, you think you should relocate to start something?
I'm gonna say the main reason I want to be mobile is because I want to keep relocating. I just don't want to have to keep going through the hassle of finding a building. I'd rather just be in a truck.
Okay.
And I can just go. I'm good for road trips.
Right.
Like, I've been from here to Chicago. I can't even tell you how many times I've driven from here to Florida, here to New Orleans. Like, we drive. Wow. So it's like one of those things. It's just like, it is what it is. Like, I don't want to be confined to a building.
Okay.
Only if necessary, you know?
Right. That money coming in, it's like, all right, let's...
I might put, like, when I get to that point of just like, all right, I could put a shop here and here.
Right.
But I want it to be mobile. I want to be able to go to where the party's at. Yeah. And truthfully, at the end of the day, if I'm bringing a cake and I got my own speakers, I can start the party out front for y'all. I'm just saying.
Right.
You know? So.
Well, when you speak about like how you work for an employer now, is the goal to explore entrepreneurship and have your own business and things of that nature? Yeah.
Sweet Spot Neesha has been technically open for at least 10 years now. I just haven't pushed the throttle on it because I wanted it to be different in a sense. And then life happened for me.
Right.
So it's like one of those things, like responsibilities overtook certain things. But at the same time, I was able to fall back on this but I need a few couple $100
Right.
during the month, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And people always come through, but everyone always look for a discount.
And that's sad.
Typical.
Like,
Yeah.
how much you gonna charge me?
Yeah,
Like,
but me though. I'm like,
the same price.
I was your college roommate. You don't remember?
The same
I
price.
do remember. We was in the same classes. We had the same management classes, okay? Like,
So you should know I'm broke like you broke.
And
Like
do you see-
Right.
and do you see people like that that's not like evolving, like how you have like that was in your class with you or stuff like that,
yeah.
and they show you love, and I guess it'd be somewhat love, but it's really hate. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Because to see you on Food Network, they're probably like, man, I could
Like,
have did that.
like,
Shit. I was better than her. You know what I'm saying?
Here's the thing. In my high school class, I'm the only one. There was 15 of us. I'm the only one that's still in the industry. Out of my college class, there was 5 of us in the bachelor class. We're all still in the industry for the most part, but I'm the only one that's a cake decorator. The rest of them are all pastry chefs.
Oh, okay.
Which is a difference, which people typically don't really know. Pastry chef is more of the mousses and the cakes and the layered cakes and the torts and this, that, and the third. Where a cake, I just worry about the sweets table. So cakes, cupcakes, cookies, chocolate work, stuff like that.
Do you think you would venture into that, like far as the layered cakes and things like that, making wedding cakes?
Yeah,
like okay.
I've made wedding cakes in here.
Cool.
I can make a cake anywhere. I'm gonna say that. As long as the cake is baked, I have traveled from here to Chicago taking Greyhound. Yes, I know it was crazy. I took a full sheet cake on Greyhound and I finished decorating it in the hotel it was like
wow.
At when the kitchenettes start coming out. But I finished it in the hotel room.
I can see you now. Don't sit right here.
It's the whole corner right here. Don't take the whole
Watch
corner.
the potholes, bus drive.
So I always travel with decorating because, like I said, my family's everywhere. But at the same time, I got to go to where the parties are.
Right.
So it's always been a habit of getting it. It's just, you got to get funding together. That's the main thing of everything. So,
hey, black people. How you doing, boss?
What's up?
Just rudeness.
It's all good. We're gonna put him on the live too. So you know what I get back when I'm thinking about like the Food Network and all that. I'm thinking about like them cake shows where they be making like 10-inch or 12, like, and then it just fall apart and stuff like that. Like, have you ever had anything like that happen to you? Where
That's
it was
a
like
good question.
you was building something and it just broke, and you was like, you know what, I'm done.
I'm trying to think. I've gotten frustrated more than once with a cake that I wanted to throw it out.
Right.
And just start over. I've done that multiple times. But I'm very good at adjusting and adapting. It's like one of those things like you don't always have that moment to have a full breakdown when certain things happen. So it's just like I'm quicker when certain things do happen and be like, well, I can cover it up with this now. Like, here's the thing with cake decorating and what most people don't, I look at a cake differently. So you might look at one of my cakes and be like, oh my gosh, this is beautiful, yada, yada, yada. And I'm going to point out this little spot, that little spot. I hid the flower behind this crack.
Okay.
Like,
you cover with that fine stuff.
You ain't going to see it, but I know it's there.
Right.
So I'm always going to look at it differently. So I had to, change it up a little bit. But for the most part, life is there's so much other things. It's cake. I'm working on cake, Like, I can't have a whole breakdown over some cake.
Right.
Like, it ain't worth it. Like, I tell people all the time, especially when I'm working on them, they're having a whole meltdown. Like, it's cake, right? It's either going to end up in someone's stomach or it's going to end up in the trash. Like, let's be real here. Like, I'm always going to be that positive energy that brings that mellowness to the kitchen, Because it's like, the kitchen life is hard. Like, it's not easy whatsoever, but...
So, my next question is, like, how much baking and cooking in general do you do on your leisure time, being though you do it for a business?
More than I like. Truthfully, I do it more than I would like to. Leisurely, really only the holidays.
Okay.
So Thanksgiving, Christmas, Valentine's Day, Mother's Day. My mama's whenever she wants something, I'll make sure she gets something, whether if I bring it from work or I make it at home. But I'm going to say at least twice a week.
Okay.
Sometimes.
What's your busiest, time?
I was just thinking that, like, when do you promo yourself more?
So promo's about to start this week for my new thing that I got cake pints, $10 cake cups. You know, like the Chinese juice.
Right.
Half of that container. It's a pint.
Okay.
Full of cake and flavor, cake and buttercream, which I'm actually going to make for y'all in a little bit too.
Yeah, we'll do that after the episode. Yeah.
But in between February
Rub hands
to
like
July,
Birdman.
February
to July.
Yeah, that's baby shower, christenings, graduations,
Valentine's.
birthdays. That's that whole
Okay.
rockin' limbo. The summer dies off and then picks back up in October, right after Halloween, and that gets into Thanksgiving, Christmas.
Okay,
and then
all right.
January is like dead. Like you're just getting inquiries. That's about it. Like there's nothing. That's where most bakers go on vacation.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So you'll
Wow, I
find like a
never
lot
knew
of
that.
places, a lot of smaller places, they would just straight up close for a week or so.
Right.
Especially in January because it's like after New Year's, like who wants to do anything or spend any money?
Or everybody's
Forget
just
it.
looking at things like, I'm
I'm
cutting
a
back.
loser.
Yeah, I'm
I'm
cutting
losing
back.
weight. I'm not
Like, New Year
February they
resolution
changed their
kicks
mind.
in.
All right, so I got a quick question. This ain't for me. This for my pie heads out here. You already know where I'm going with it, right?
I know you going with it.
So how you make it? What's the recipe? What's the recipe? Is it just as simple as
She the truth.
Sprinkling.
yeah, you just
Look at
grind
it.
up?
Look. See the truth.
Look, Trig was over here asleep.
She the truth.
Pot.
Is it just simple as grinding it up and just throwing it in there?
It
Like,
is not that simple, actually. When I used to make the can of oil from scratch, it took me 8 hours to make it.
Oh,
Yes.
wow.
So it's a whole process. You can't just make a brownie mix, sprinkle some weed in
Throw
there.
that little
That's
ball
what I
in.
always thought it was.
I know.
I always thought it was like that.
Just take the
what I
seeds
thought.
out and throw it in there.
The
Get
main
the grinder.
thing about it, and this is the main thing too, with people that want to make it at home, it's so simple. You just have to deoxinize it.
Okay.
So pretty much, if you have a vape or if you have a home-based vape and you smoke it, that leftover that you think it's just no, that's deoxinized weed. So the
Okay.
pores of the plant itself is open.
Okay.
Therefore, anything can get sucked into it or pulled out of it at that point at a certain temperature.
That's the science.
Exactly.
That's the science.
Exactly.
that's that method man red man.
Yeah, so then once you pretty much extract it and you open up the pores, you deoxinize it, you get it into the oil or the butter that you want to.
Okay.
You gotta give it that time just to sit and marinate and whatnot.
Don't
Usually
rush
takes-
it, y'all.
Yeah,
All right?
8 hours.
Let that thing simmer.
8 hours. I used to make the oil because I got a larger yield out of it, so I was able to use an eighth, and I got like 2 cups of oil from it,
Okay.
and it was
Look, my man said potent.
Potent.
at least 150 milligrams.
And 1,000 be in the
In a
south.
cup, yeah.
Two jars of olives and 2 cans of sausage.
And you like to be in the south.
Hey, my man. Hey, my man. Put 2 bean of sausages on a piece of bread.
He lit the me in the sausage.
You got 2 be in the south on a wine roll.
Exactly. But even then, once you get the butter and the oil, you can really do it with anything. I didn't have to use it with bacon. I gave my last little bit of oil to a friend, and he cooks it with his burgers. You can keep adding some meat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess people they reach for everything.
Exactly.
It's really full menus out there.
Exactly.
Yeah, I seen they had the buffalo wings and everything.
Yeah, no, they really do.
Now, would you say trust people that does that, or you really should know the science behind all this?
You really should know the science behind
Because
it.
I know some people, they just be selling gummies and all that. I just can't trust it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I have a place. I have a guy. I'm gonna get you the information before y'all leave.
Okay.
I had to stop doing it just because I don't have the proper facility and the proper things to do everything.
Right.
But he does it the same way I've done it.
Okay.
Of making sure it gets deoxinized and it gets absorbed everything. He got some really nice products.
Because that's big money in that industry
Yes.
now, especially with the whole.
As long as you got your paper trail clean, you're good.
Yeah.
But that's it.
When you speak to that, like you just said that you refer us to somebody. How many of your clients do you get like from refer from family or just being in the industry and this person know that person and things of that
Mainly
nature?
it's family.
Okay.
More since the show, it's been both.
Okay.
Since the show, I've actually had a couple people recognize me from the show, which has been very interesting.
Oh, that's cool.
Nice.
So I was telling y'all about Rec Philly. When I first went over there, the manager seen me and he was sitting there talking, And then she seen my phone. I had the picture of me on the show from there.
Oh, cool.
She was like, "Oh my gosh, I knew like she had a whole conniption. Like asked for a selfie and everything. She lost it. And then after that, every once in a while, I get like a line cook. There's this new app in the city called Paired Chefs, which is an app for part-time, I'm not part-time, construction work for chefs.
Okay.
Like private construction work for chefs.
Oh,
And people that's been coming through the restaurants been recognizing me too from the show. So
Okay.
with the show backing, it's been helping.
So what they say? Are you the lady from Food Network?
No, it usually takes them a while to connect the two, but once I mention it, they would be like, "Yo, can I get a selfie? Like I knew I recognized you, I just didn't know from where."
Yeah, you get that celebrity cast on. You gotta start charging people. Like
It's been up there. It's been up there. It get more no's than yeses right now.
After this episode.
Look.
You trying to add a new?
It's coming. It's definitely coming.
My next question is: will you be doing more competitions as far as like things like that on TV, like Food Network or things of that nature?
Definitely will be. As of right now, I'm technically out of contract with Food Network, so I can go to any show and not really have a problem. But I like Food Network.
Okay.
So, and I've been trying to get on Sugar Rush. The other holiday baking championships, because the episode that I was on was just a one-time episode.
Okay.
There was no eliminations or anything with it.
Okay.
So it was just one and done. But I definitely want to do, besides like the spotlight of it, the competition shows, I want to do like other like cake shows as well.
Okay.
Like right now I'm about to be getting ready for the Miami Soho Cake Show.
Okay.
Which is in the end of April. And I just found out their theme, so I gotta start working on a concept and get my stuff lined up so I can be in Miami in April.
So with that being said, how was the process with getting on all these shows? Do you got email a bunch of people? You got to show your work, I guess. I'm assuming
it was a month worth of interviews.
Oh wow!
Wow, just to get on the Food Network.
Wow.
Yep. And I had to make some things for them, and then I had to meet with this person and then the producer of the show, and then they offered me another show. To be on, the process of me auditioning for the Holiday Baking Championship. And that's how I got on the Holiday Baking Championship Christmas and July special.
Okay.
Because at that point, mentally, I'm just like, I just want to get on a show.
Right.
Like, I don't care what show.
Right.
I just want to get on the show. Like, point blank, period. So once that opportunity came up, I enjoyed it better because I feel like I would enjoy the Spring Baking Championship more than the Christmas one, just for my own personal preference of my style and cuisine that I like to bake in. But for the most part, I definitely want to keep it going though.
Well, how did you prepare yourself for that? Like, was it a mental thing or preparing? Was it a time limit to things like that?
It was a mental thing.
Okay.
It definitely was a mental thing. I did a fast 2 weeks out from the show when I left. Other than that, I didn't like really think about what they were trying to get us to do. It was more of just me making sure that my basics and my flavor profiles for the seasons were clean.
Okay.
That's about it. I'm a person my mental when it comes to food in general, I can't argue with a line cook chef all the time. Like, oh, I don't want to do pastry because it's so complicated and the science, blah, blah. If you know your ingredients, you know how to alter your recipes, just the same as culinary.
Okay.
Simple as that. Like it's yes, there's particular like pastries like macaroons. Don't mess with macaroons, like the most annoying cookie to make in the entire universe. It's so annoying.
Right.
And yes, that's why it's so expensive. 1 dozen cookies that's like literally like a box like this big is $24.
Right.
Because it takes forever to make. But when you're making cobblers and simple cakes, you know how to work your ingredients. You know how to change your recipe. Simple as that, And that's where I had to realize it's just like, no, you just been in the industry that long to be able to do that. But at the same time, it's like, just know your ingredients, you know? Like, know what you're working with. Know how the flour and the sugar react to each other, what your eggs do in your recipe, like what baking soda and baking powder does. Like, when you want to add a little bit of this, you can add a little bit of that. Just make sure, it's all a science at the end of the day. But you have more freedom the longer that you're in it, Like, I can't tell you how long it took me to get off of box cakes. But no one knew what was box cakes because I used to add buttermilk instead of oil.
Right.
I used to add extra vanilla. I'll switch out the oil for more butter sometimes. Like, I'll switch certain things out to give it my own flavor. So
as you should, right?
Yeah, like, you ain't gotta know what I'm doing.
So, I got one more question. You had a question, please?
Yeah.
Well, go ahead.
I was just gonna ask, outside of doing the decorating, do you have another meal that you like to make, like outside of the dessert world?
Yeah,
like you make other dishes.
You make Big Mac or something like that.
Yeah, I got some Big Mac in there right now. But I like making snack foods.
Okay.
So like brunch snack foods, quesadillas, like quick bites.
Oh, okay.
I call them day 2 foods.
Okay.
So I got a lot of chef friends. They always cook my mom always getting asked for dinners and this, that, and the third.
Right.
She's gotten more than a few like table side chef table dinners before.
Okay.
So I like to take those foods, like whether if it's a steak or something, and I make something else out of it the next day.
Oh,
okay.
So I like, I like chop style cooking.
Okay, like appetizers type of stuff.
Yeah.
Of that nature.
Nothing with no Vienna sausages.
No.
I mean, but if I get a chop basket with some meat and sausage, I don't know what to do with
A little
it.
pork belly over the top.
I don't know what to do with it, but
no. But to we're at the top of the year 2020, and I just wanted to. We've been asking a lot of guests the same question. Like, where do you see yourself in your career in the industry, leaving out towards the end of this year? Like, what do you want to accomplish?
I want to accomplish a ridiculous amount of followers on YouTube. That's pretty much connected to sponsorships, just networking in general. Right. I want to be able to be in that realm of YouTubers, just kind of just being around dope people.
Yeah.
And traveling.
That's good.
Doesn't really have to be with trucks or anything, like with the food truck or anything, but if I can get to certain places, I just want to go. When I was on the show, Duff Goldman, which is one of the judges, which is like one of like the greatest people in my mind as cake decorators, he offered me a job. Like on the show, I won the quick heat challenge, which was the first little challenge. I didn't win the whole thing, but at the end of the taping, he was like, well, during the judging, he like made a comment about like, oh, you only in Philly, I got a bakery in Baltimore, like come down.
Right.
And then after everything was said and done, he was like, no, Neesha, like for real, come here, like like I need a decorator. So it's like I know that my uniqueness has that pull.
Yes.
And I just want to flex it a little bit, you know?
Yeah, you gotta think if he thought that much of you, how much then are you really worth? Like, you know what I mean? Right.
Like, I'm willing to, put Sweets by Neesha down for a little bit to keep working in another realm of industry just to get another notch on my resume or something. So by the time I am ready for it, like, I got the push just to kind of just, there's the coin, time to go. You know?
You got the backing, too, because he's definitely going to put you on. So. And
I bring a different type of energy, you know? A lot of pastry chefs, and especially in Philly, they just have very snotty attitudes. And it's just like, you're dealing with sugar.
Right.
But
you're dealing with sugar.
A lot of times they probably get tired of doing it. I guess they get burnt out.
Maybe they passionate behind it.
Yeah, exactly. Cause
the burnout part of it's real. I've been burnt out. That's why I started driving Lyft, truthfully. Okay. Because it was like one of those things, like I was baking at home, I was baking at work. Like, I have no separation of home and work.
Right.
But at the same time, it's like I know I'm my own it factor within my own industry. Right. You know? So it's like I can't not stop. But being burnt out is a thing. Restaurant life is tough, you know? Especially when you work the line and everything.
Can you speak to that just in general of being like burnt out in something that is your passion? Like, people complain about being stressed out or overworked in something that's not their goal. That's not what I'm building. But to speak to, and we deal with the same thing in the podcast thing too. Is like you work in something that's like, all right, I like what I do, but it's becoming so much. It's like, like you get that moment.
It's like that sensation of just like, I should have gotten there already. You know? Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's just like I'm gonna keep pushing, but like, where's it at though? Like, where's that thing that I'm looking for? Yeah. I keep myself centered with a lot of things of just love and just energy. You know, I keep a lot of stones on me. Of course, as soon as I start talking about
crack,
stones,
not crack, right?
no, like amethyst and turquoises, it's energy stones.
All right, you don't have nobody looking for you. I mean, she got stones on it.
We only manage for weed over here. That's it.
So let me say this. What would you I guess if you can go back in time, what would you tell your younger self about this whole baking thing?
Just to do it from 09. Just to do it, because as many times I look back on my career, if I would have started my senior project, I did a Food Network video.
Oh, okay.
If I would have posted that on YouTube back in 09, my life would be different.
Right.
You know? If I would have found that consistency in that and be like, oh, I could be in that first wave of people getting paid with YouTube, and this, that, and the third, and yada, yada, yada.
It's crazy that people's just like catching on that YouTube is where the money is. For real. So a lot of people try to move their following from that IGTV on Instagram to over to YouTube and subscribers, because that's where you get paid, bro.
But people don't realize that it takes the effort. It's not just the videos and the views.
Yeah.
Like it's not just that. You got to get the sponsorships. You got to get your merch going. You got to get some type of something else going on the side. But YouTube with its views, it's just one lane.
Right.
You know?
It is.
You need so many views to just even get a couple dollars.
Exactly.
So.
We know, even like in when you start talking to like podcast numbers, we can tell the difference of a guest who has what I would call like empty followers, where it's just a bunch of people, and then there's people that actually like follow and like follow. Like we had Nikki Riley on here not too long ago.
Yeah.
When she told people to follow, like people followed. Everybody rushed to it, and they added, and people was on the live and all that. And you have some guests who you tell people to follow, and it's like they just like why, I don't care if you're doing the interview. Like, I'm just following you. So it's not. So you might see two people who like have 10,000 followers, but there's a difference between people who have like a cult like following and people who just have people that follow. You know, just to say you know him. So it's a difference.
It definitely is a difference. It sucks sometimes, but at the same time, it's like you gotta. As much as you see someone else succeeding in what you're trying to do too, you can't look at anyone else's lane. You know, like you're supposed to be your own it factor. Right. You know, like as much as y'all are collectively Three's company, like y'all still have your own lane of followers and your own, it factor that y'all bring to everything. You know, and that's what really matters.
Exactly.
Yeah, that is true. So can you explain to the listeners what you're doing right here?
Oh, so I have this new thing called cake art. I got tired at one point where people was like, oh, it looks so good, I don't want to eat it. Oh, your cakes look so beautiful, I don't want to eat it. I'm like, if y'all don't eat this cake, like, eat the cake, anime. Like, eat it. So I came up with a thing where you don't have to eat it. And it can literally be a piece of art that can hang on your wall that's sugar.
Oh, wow.
So this is rock candy.
Damn.
This is it looks like something different, but this is what they call a geocake.
Okay, what is this supposed to be? Because I know what I'm looking at.
I know what it looks like.
I don't know what I know what I see. What you see, Breeze? Do you see what I see? Yeah. Maybe it's a man thing.
It is a man thing. It's fine.
What you see, Trey? Vienna something?
No, but wait, it's just a chunk of crystal. That's all it really is.
Okay.
That's it.
That you can eat.
I would have suggested you can eat it, but I made it with sugar.
It's all made out of edible stuff.
Yeah, like Candytopia?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, precisely.
Now, are you doing more things of that nature, like selling stuff like that too?
Right.
Yeah.
Because I would like a piece of art in my house like that.
So like the Tyler Perry.
I want what you making right here. I want that.
Yo, yeah, y'all gonna get this. When I finish it, I'm gonna get a frame for it, and y'all can definitely get that.
Okay.
Do the bottom all nice too. Make sure I get get your logo entirely.
That's what's up.
So you got prices and everything on like your personal page. For
everything is done to order.
Okay.
Because there's so many factors.
Right.
Okay.
It would be wrong to just tell you a flat price, and I don't know what you.
The flat price I can give you is just a base price of getting like bare minimum.
Right.
Nobody wants bare minimum.
Right. Everybody wants something special.
And everyone wants like, oh, I like this, but I want it gold. Or I like this, but I don't like that little piece with it. But can we get this from this other cake? It's like cakes are so customizable, and it can range. So most of my cakes, especially for getting a sweets table for about 20 people, can start at $300.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
And that's getting a cake, a dozen cupcakes, a dozen cookies, and 2 chocolate items.
Okay.
Damn.
That's like base.
That
base
is
price.
base.
Yeah.
Cause my daughter's sweet tray was $700.
Yeah. So
What the?
It really
And
was.
even then, like-
It really
Now,
was.
I know you worked at O'Terry's before, right?
Mhm.
So you know what my question is. Once you get all set up and all that, can I pay for that with food stamps?
yeah.
for me, no. But if you go to them, you definitely can. They definitely can. Okay, they were doing
And
that
their
for a
cakes
while.
taste different now. So what year did you start working with them?
I was with them from 13 to 17.
Yeah, because probably around that time when cakes start tasting good. 'Cause before that, I was like, no, I'm going to get no more cakes from them. No more.
Yeah, they had a lot of ups and downs. But at the same time, it was that typical Italian vibe,
Right,
you know?
right. No,
That's
you
how-
use that
But it's
flour.
no Italians in there.
Yeah,
Like, it's no
like-
Italians in there. It's like...
Yeah, no, there's only one
just Puerto
Italian.
Ricans. It's just, that's it.
This recipe from the homeland. You don't mess with that, all right?
Like, man,
You hear me, little essay?
Right?
yeah.
We racist, yo.
But Neesh says she gonna stick around with us and dive in some topics when we get to the regular show. You know,
Yeah, I'm gonna
put her 2 cents.
before y'all get there though, I'm gonna make y'all each a personal cake cup.
Okay.
Other than that, I'm usually just watching cake shows and YouTube.
Yeah, flip it back to what's the name?
I'm a YouTuber.
All right, gang, we out.
Well, we back.
Peace, love, and buttercream.
We back. We sitting here eating. Neesh made us. What do you call them? I want to
Cake pints.
Cake pints.
Cake pints, yeah.
Cake pints. That's what we just made our cake pints, and we all over here hating. What y'all think about it, gang?
I love
Good.
it.
It was good. It was real good.
I'm
still eating it.
Yeah, I had mine first.
I know I'm going to go crazy in the gym this week because I know I wasn't supposed to be eating this.
Yeah, it's very fulfilling. She had a Trig thing is good too. And he don't even feel he's sick, so you know you can't taste nothing. So yeah.
Like that, but it's good.
Okay,
I'm trusting you. I have this stuff every holiday.
So when you we'll be leaving her information on our page, so y'all can hit her up if y'all interested in buying a cake pint. She make them to order, or you get with her ahead of time. She can have them out to you
Within 2 days, customized.
within 2 days, customized. Appreciate it, Queen.
So everyone has a different flavor. I remember my mom was telling me how my grandma used to make the coconut cake for this cousin, the German chocolate cake for this cousin, the vanilla cake for that cousin. Everyone got a different flavor. I want to make sure you get the best, the cake that you want.
Right.
Yeah.
So.
Right.
Well, I asked you about did you get into any TV shows and stuff because of some of the topics that we had today that they said you would stick around for?
Oh yeah.
Like, so the latest actually is we've been watching. Well, most of us watched the documentary of Aaron Hernandez. Do you know him at all?
I'd seen the full trailer for that.
Yes.
Yeah.
So he used to play for the Patriots, and he got caught in a few things actually. A couple, like 3 murders.
Yeah,
3. It was
couple
3.
murder charges.
One attempt.
I didn't get a chance to see it yet.
And then when he got arrested for it, he committed suicide in the cell.
Yeah, he committed suicide so his daughter could get his money.
That's why he did that?
Yeah, it's a
That's
thing
an effort.
called amendment, if I'm saying that right.
And then you said she didn't even get the money?
Yeah, because they threw that law out. They said it outdated the times.
Dang.
It was a
I
law.
thought he killed himself because he couldn't take it anymore.
Right.
It was a law in Boston, Massachusetts. That's the state that if you're still on trial or you or on appeal or you file an appeal at your time of death, you're exonerated of the charges. So that was something that happened before, and he learned from being in prison up there, and that was his plan to do that, so he can avoid out his murder charge, in order to make the money that he's owed to him from his contract that he just signed for
The $40 million, right?
Yeah, 5 year, $40 million. It still had $15 million left on it. And if he's not charged with a crime, it's just a regular death. His family's entitled to it.
Wow. And then she couldn't even get it.
No, she didn't get it because not to give up the whole documentary, but the mother of the guy that he killed, she fought hard to get that rule overturned so he wouldn't reap the benefits of what he tried to do or whatever.
Wow.
But it was a lot of details in the documentary. It's like an up and down thing. And,
I didn't even know half the things that they
Yeah.
said on there. I really didn't know. I was like, oh, like
one of the guys though was pointless. The fat boy.
Yeah,
He was like pointless. He just kept talking. Every time they put him on, it was about being a gay NFL player. He never. Like, I don't even think he knew Aaron Hernandez.
I guess he was trying to get a perspective of being gay in the NFL.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. Yeah. Okay, all right.
The guy who said the beard.
Yeah. Now I know what you're talking about. But I think they just wanted, like, some type of background on that type of lifestyle. Like,
playing in the
NFL,
like
with that lifestyle.
That guy was lying, though.
No, I don't
Aaron
think so.
Hernandez probably was like, we got caught by my dad. What you mean we?
I don't think he was lying because, not to get, like, to give
it away, man. Go ahead.
No, but it just spoke to so many things he had going on as far as him being molested as a child, him losing his father, and something what you would call a routine surgery, and how it just shifted his life. Once the death of his father came, like some of the decisions his mother made, kind of led to him going down the wrong path.
His mother started knocking off his cousin.
Trying not to tell it. Trying not to tell it.
You
tell it
the
all
whole
of it.
joint.
Yeah, but that just it showed to me how much the father, a role of a father is in a boy's life, and just how small things can turn things, and something so promising was just misunderstood, and it led to other actions.
And he was a good player, yo.
Yeah, he was.
He was a hell of a player, man.
When life hits, though.
Yo, but did y'all see Dwayne Wade's son dancing with the gun?
He had a gun in his hand?
He had a gun in his hand. He was like...
That wasn't a real gun, bro.
But even still, though, why is he doing videos
Alright,
with people
so you gotta elaborate on that. Is that, like, I got a GAT challenge or something like that?
It was the challenge. It is a challenge.
That's what I'm saying. Like, y'all don't think he giving his son too much leeway? Like,
no, but I'm gonna be honest with you.
Now you letting him dance.
Well, that's not leeway to be gay. It's just I'll let you be who you are. That's not. I'm giving you the leeway to be gay.
And at the same token, bro, like you got men out here who let their sons now. I don't know how old little man is, but they let their sons play with toy guns now. So it shouldn't really matter if he's gay or not. And he's playing with the toy gun, bro.
What bothered you? The fact that he had a fake gun, or that he's gay?
It was bothering me. What bothered me.
Speak the truth, King.
What bothered me is because I feel like he's too young to even know sexuality.
What chooses his own sexuality?
No, just even know it or be worried about it.
How
like,
you got?
I mean, I think when you talk about kids of that younger age, like. They might not know sexuality, but you point them in the direction of a child don't know sexuality and do something that way.
You like to wear nails, you're gay. No, you tell them, listen, yo, that ain't really what men do. But if you like it, fuck it, I love it. Like,
but that's not pushing him into sexuality, though. That's just and let him be who he is.
But at the same time, you can stare.
I think he's like 13
but
now,
I think
bro.
It's like a car. You know what I'm saying? A car gonna drive, but you can stare that motherfucker to go where you want it to go at. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but if that's your true calling, like...
Well, not true calling. If that's your true self...
Yeah, if that's who you are.
Then,
what if this young boy grow up and realize, you know what, I'm not gay?
And that's his choice.
That's him, though. That's him saying that. That's him.
Here's the thing, though.
It's
like one of those things of, like, do you want someone else to teach your kids that? You know?
Yeah.
Because it's like, anyway, now, the internet is way more powerful than when we was growing up.
Exactly.
It's way more powerful.
Exactly.
It took an effort to find something online back then, you know?
Right.
Like, we was bound to LimeWire.
Right.
But
dial up. Yeah.
To go back with Trey say, that's just the equivalent if your son came in and say, I want to play football. And you like, all right, I support you playing football. And then he turn around and say, I want to play basketball. All right, I support you playing basketball. It's not really your choice. It's not you to... He's not going to say, well, you should have made me stick with football. Now I'm playing basketball. It's just going to be simple.
But what kills me though, Trig, he got a thing for guns. He just
don't like the great gay boy playing with the gun.
If a heterosexual little boy that's playing with guns, you like, man, that's my boy right there. He got the AK.
Yeah.
He know how to shoot, but because he's gay, it's like,
No, I think that he gay, bro. It's the fact. I don't like how the wing. I feel as though if they want to be gay, they want to be gay. It is what it is. But I feel as though at the same time, you still should teach him to be a man.
But you, who said you can't be a man?
In the video, he playing with the gun. He like shoot. Like,
I'll be honest, I ain't watched the whole video.
I ain't see it.
We had a discussion of this,
like,
and it's
like, look at me. Like you said, I'm in the guns, and I thought it was really a real gun because I didn't watch the video again. So I'm just like, I don't know if that's a real gun or if that's a fake gun. But all I know is that Dwayne Wade ain't got control over this little boy because now he making videos. Talking about
all right.
The video, and at the same time, just a couple months ago, he was letting him get his nails done.
But I don't think that's the same. It's not
like
the same.
You had control over your kid.
About the control. Like I feel like, all right, you kind of let him do whatever. I see what you're saying now, but I don't think the two tie in together.
Each other, right? It's like now because he got guns. See, you shouldn't be gay.
Like I don't think you should say this.
Control this little young boy, man. Okay,
so let me take it a step further. All right, so you saying having control? What? Pick a lifestyle?
No, not like that. I just mean like, listen, all right. He should have some kind of. He
should be sitting in the corner with a pocketbook.
No, he shouldn't be sitting. I'm saying that he should know better to be on the internet. We're posting guns and talking about shoot.
Regardless of his sexuality.
Because I'm sitting here and talk. We sit up here and talk about it now, and then I'm like, yo, he don't have control over his son.
But regardless of his sexuality, he's still a child. So you think gay kids? If I let you be gay, let's say I let you be gay. If I let you be gay, you can't be bad in school.
Yeah,
I don't have control. No, the two don't mix.
No, but if you let him be gay, right? You let him be gay. That don't mean that you let him bring his boyfriend over there.
But if you would you let
wait.
No,
wait. We gotta change the subject. We gotta change the subject.
He just don't like going holding them guns.
Let me rewind it. You don't want them touching
your mom, listen, when you was younger, and all of us, we straight in here, right? But our mom, how it took for you to get older, for your mom or your dad, whoever, to let you bring somebody over to the house that they knew that you was in a relationship with. You might just say, oh, this is my friend, this so-and-so. But all that going in the room stuff, none of that, that's control.
But you
know what I'm saying? Because you're controlling what goes on under your household, under your roof.
But you assuming that he lets him do whatever because...
What if he ain't know about it and it just got reposted?
But my thing is when you go back and say, yo, they shouldn't tie in together. When you say, yo, Dwayne Wade, he need to get a hold of his child. He got guns on there and all that. It should be just that. It shouldn't be... First he let him be gay, now he doing that. No, it should just be.
Like, yo,
it's not the same thing.
Reckless.
That's not the same thing. As
like, I bet our 400 listeners going to agree with that, man. That he had control over his son, just off the simple fact.
Let's get to the next subject, man.
Lifestyle thing and him letting them play with guns.
Let's get to the next.
Talking about the internet. You know, Instagram is now doing a false information report on Photoshop pictures.
So I was missing.
Yes,
we talked about this, but I was missing it. So is they going to be putting like a watermark on your pictures if it's false or Photoshop? Are they going to be taking it like and putting something in the corner, letting people know that is not a regular photo? Or
okay, so it says Instagram will begin to label Photoshop images with a false information warning. So that's what it's going to say. So I guess like
somewhere on the picture or somewhere
probably like
you don't know what that is.
Right? I don't know. Like
how's that supposed to work?
Right. So is it going by gender or?
So what I read, it
is
says
something you can cover. Like, is it a watermark?
It would use a combination of feedback from our community and technology to determine if images have been photoshopped. After that, the image will go to what they call a fact checker, and they'll make the final decision.
You know how I'm thinking that
they won't hide the photo that has been photoshopped. However, it will apply a false information label with a fact checker has rated it.
You know how now you can when you see things that's like real gory, they put like they put the thing you gotta view under discretion.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing it'll be something like that. You gotta hit that to let you know that all right, she got some work done.
Yeah, that ain't her cakes, man. That ain't.
And then I'm gonna look at it from the food side. I make replicas of different cakes all the time.
Okay.
So how you gonna tell me that my cake isn't like
Right.
Photoshop or it's just
that?
like
It's
like
like
copyright?
that,
I'm taking some.
and-
I'm like, it's my version. I'm just making another picture of it. You know, it's like.
And like just like in
Don't
the
trust me, yo.
you know, Instagram model world, or just me being a published model, like you have to edit those pictures. Like you have to. Like I got hair bumps on my legs. They take those off. Like during my pictures. So what are you going to do? Like no, you can take it off because I don't
What's the
care.
point
I
of
tell
supposed
you.
to be doing?
So like, but that's the edit. It's like a glow. You got a glow factor in within the edits and stuff like that. They don't have to do no major body work to me.
Thanks for being honest, Queen.
No, but I'm serious. Like you know, you can go back on my regular pictures and see my legs, but they do take those off during my. Nobody wants to see that in a magazine. You know what I'm saying? Like so. I'm thinking, like, when you upload those pictures, is it going to be, like, false information? Like, hold the hell up. Y'all can see this, y'all can see this body for real.
Inside it, what was telling what you read, it was like, we'll be basing on our community. So who's that? The motherfuckers who hate you?
Yeah, they try to.
So can you report somebody a fake picture? Oh, that's not how she really look in public. Can you report it that way?
That's why I think it is, because when you put X-rated things up, people be like, oh no, like they'll report it. So I think that's what it's going to be.
That's gonna be filled with a bunch of haters, man.
Even some things now that you like, we post. I know when we post on the 3 Codes page, if you use certain language, they'll say that it's a drawback to it, or they'll say you used this language before and it was reported. Do you still want to proceed with it, or stuff like that?
Or just to get the music and then it says like you don't own rights. So it's different ways. So I can see them doing it. It's just corny for true artists out there that do a little fixing of the picture and things like that.
But what do you think is the reason behind it, though? Anybody like the
because but catfish and I really do think people have a true case. If you say, "Oh, this is how she looked on Instagram," I believed her off of this, and then you see her, and then it's like it's not like the picture. Instagram, how did you let them do? That's a legit case.
And catfish again.
It really is. It really is a legit case.
I guess so.
Right.
It's like your company, and you're letting these pictures go, knowing that.
What people get wrong is like, people use Instagram to sell and to promote themselves, but that's not what it's for. Like, it's just really a photo share thing. That's why people say, people complain about Instagram and if like, Instagram charge, I wouldn't use Instagram no more. But you're really, for free, you're allowed to promote yourself and become a business for free. So I think, like people, you can't blame Instagram because somebody don't look how they look in person.
You can, but it's a case.
Filters.
But it's not Instagram's fault. All they do is make the filters.
They
and stuff
did
like
make
that.
it, but
so it is their fault, partially to blame.
But I didn't tell you come over here and look for somebody to date. It's not a dating site.
I ain't tell them to put the edits on their pictures.
But it's
I wouldn't case them up. But I'm saying it's a legit case. That's like somebody actually won a case from, I think it was McDonald's. They was getting coffee from McDonald's, and it did not Dunkin' Donuts. It did not say that the coffee was hot. Common sense will tell you it's hot as coffee. You just asked for it. It ain't gonna be cold, and they got sued for that. It's not your fault that you ain't writing on the cup.
That's
case
chasing. That's case chasing.
But it's a true thing,
bro.
But somebody will beat something like that with Instagram because you mad because you met somebody on there and they don't look. I'm mad because I got burnt with the coffee. Yeah, but that's different. That's two different things.
I'm mad that I fell for this girl and she don't look like this.
But I didn't tell you to come on here.
I didn't tell you to come buy my coffee.
No, but it's not two different things because Instagram is
this is all day, every day.
No, Instagram is strictly a platform to promote pictures.
And I'm a platform to promote my coffee and donuts.
Yeah, you forgot to put that as hot on there. I didn't forgot to put that as.
I forgot to put that on my. I got a filter on my face.
Hold up.
I think a better case to help with that, because the coffee one is off. But there was a case in London, not in London, in Japan. Yes,
I was thinking the same thing.
A husband sued his wife because she had plastic surgery, and when they started having the kids was ugly.
Was crazy.
Kids was ugly.
That's real.
He successfully sued his wife because of that.
You see them pictures?
Because
what
do you
them kids go down.
Yeah,
she had plastic surgery.
What do you get from suing your wife though?
From it was
still stuck with the kids though. What do you get from suing? What, you gonna make her pay you money?
The
You get
divorce
it,
and all that.
yeah,
Maybe
you got
when they
with
get
her because
divorced,
she
you
was
gotta-
beautiful
you
and
gotta
had
cover
pretty
that.
Take
babies.
care of them ugly ass kids.
Yeah, like
They still your kids regardless if she look like that or not.
even that it's
That's sad.
it's
What
like what
about
are they
y'all,
really
buddy?
trying to promote?
What up, Mario?
I like mine. That's we racist.
Stop saying
Oh,
that.
that is all
I'm
joke.
sorry, racist, bro.
It's like what are you really trying to promote? Like what's the point
Oh
of that?
shit! Look at you.
Well, speaking.
Oh
all right.
shit!
Okay, so speaking of like relations, like couples and things like that with the married couple. All right, so I have a question.
For sure.
I have a question. Are you okay? Okay, listen up. Are you okay with your significant other going to social settings by themselves, like movies, bars, concerts, etc.? Would you be okay with that? Let's ask you first.
Yeah, let's go,
Neesh.
Neesh.
Yeah, because
You wouldn't feel no way, even if they didn't tell you about it.
And then
They just go like, "Oh yeah, I went to the Shanti
maybe
concert."
you had to
today.
work or
Like,
something
huh?
like that. You're like, yeah, what you do?
Do they
today?
have to tell you about it first?
they would have to tell me about
Okay.
it.
Well, you in a relationship, you tell somebody where you go
Yeah.
everywhere you go. You're supposed to.
It just comes a habit.
It's
at
never.
that
It's
point.
never. No.
Yeah.
I tell people that all the time when people say stuff about like they significant other. Like how you don't know where she at. You should know where everybody at. Like,
Yeah.
or at least have a lie where they at. It's
Yeah.
no reason you should have no recollection of where she at all.
Okay, so
I'm
go
gonna say
ahead.
for me in my industry, if I can't go because I have to work because I gotta cook something, go ahead, babe. Like,
Okay.
give me a shirt. Like, go ahead. It's
No,
never
say-
gonna be a thing that's gonna bother me.
Right. Okay. So if you're at work and they like, you know what, I'm going to the bar. I want to go to the movies, and you just missed out. That's cool with you.
Yeah.
See, I feel the same way because
Yeah.
I like to do stuff by myself sometimes. You know, I need that freedom to do me, and then not even that. Like me, I'm a big movie person, so I know my lady, she'll go and rock out with me regardless, even though she don't understand it. But I hate to be that person that had to explain everything that goes on in a movie. Now, bar settings, I'm not that type of person. Now, my older brother, he's the type. I'll go to the bar, get a drink by myself, come home, rock out. I can't see me doing that. Because that just brings the whole social thing while you over here by yourself.
Yeah, that's what I think people worry about when you go places by yourself. Is like if you're not there with somebody, who are you interact with?
Right.
Yeah.
Like, that's bringing.
And
It's
I
sad to
feel
say
like-
that being by yourself brings more attention.
Right.
And that's why I feel like I got a problem with it. It's like, okay, answer in this form. What if you weren't busy and they just wanted to go by themselves?
Well, I think people allow. I think
No.
Look like 5 Curtis Cosby.
but listen, I asked the person, and plus I'm like,
Oh,
I'm
all
not
right.
attached. I'm
George
not
Washington.
attached. But like, I always go by
Washington.
myself because I do ask, like my girlfriends. I ask my friend, like if they don't want to go, then I'm about to go to Set It Off play by myself if nobody will come.
Exactly.
Like I got to go.
Listen to this though. Like, I understand the questioning behind it because if you normally do not go to these places by yourself, then of course it raises an eyebrow when you decide to go by yourself. And like if I've been to the movies by myself and it's like, oh, why you going to the movies by yourself? Well, nobody else wanted to go with me. I want to get out the house. I really want to go by myself.
I really
I'd
wanna
rather go
do
by
it.
myself than, or if I find that like if me and my lady beefing and I gotta go somewhere before I go do something stupid, I'll go to the movies by myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I go sit there for 3 hours, you know what I mean, and then I'm cool. Like,
You know what I think too though, what bothers people, if you're not a people person, I think it won't affect them as much. Like your significant. Me, I'm a people person. I can spark a conversation with a complete stranger and
Right.
talk about nothing, but it's
Right.
that's just who I am. And
Right.
it'll be, platonic or whatnot. But, you got some females that like, even my lady, she don't like that about me.
you.
Yeah, like she might think, oh, it ain't even borderline flirting, but at the same time, it's like they may take it that way.
Right.
It's just me. I'm just having a good old conversation. So I can see how some people may not like that about you going out and doing stuff by yourself, but at the same time, it comes with trust in the relationship.
but
That part.
you need I don't understand how people. We talked about this before when Kira was on the pod, and she said that like her boyfriend at the time, whatever, was around each other 24/7. She hung out with them and they friends. You can't smother a person. Like you really gotta give people space.
Exactly.
Because I can't. If I don't miss you, you irritate me.
Right.
Yep.
I think
Yeah.
that was like some of the best part. Like when you first start dating somebody,
Right.
when y'all don't live together, nothing like that. That
Right.
missing you phase.
Right.
That's like the best thing ever. Then once I don't want to say, but once you live with the person, but you just need that little space to like miss that person for a while.
Or even the fact that they call you and be like, yo, what you doing today? Versus they already know what you doing.
Yeah.
It's like the conversation point is over. Like you already know what I got planned today because I told you yesterday what I got to do. Like
you should have been home by now.
Now it's like what, you should have been home. Like whatever you said you had to do, you should have accomplished versus, oh, how was your day? Like the how was your day is out the window. It's like you told me what you was doing yesterday and you still doing it. What's taking so long?
Right. And don't let you say you did something else and then tell them.
Yeah, why?
You're
not allowed to, when you're in a relationship, you're not allowed to have spare the moment things. Like you gotta do everything planned.
That's weird.
I can't even laugh on the phone now. Y'all can't be laughing in the background or nothing.
There was a joke about that.
When I say that about you, Trick, how you feel about like? Do you think like? I mean, do your lady give you any like flack for you doing stuff by yourself? And
No, I think what she more feel like is, alright, I don't feel like doing it with him. The shit I do is dumb. I go to the range and shit like that.
But you don't think she only give you a leeway on the shit that she don't want to do? That's what it is?
No.
That's a good question.
I don't know. She was pissed off on episode 50 where I went out with Shaw.
Oh, man.
So I don't know. It's like we be back and forth with that because
sometimes
like,
y'all always together.
Yeah, sometimes we she might be with me and then
right,
and I might just slide up on y'all like, yo, what's up? What's the move? And she rocking out and she with us. And me and her in there just having a good old time. Like,
that's what I like about Trey. He get his girl everywhere he goes.
A lot of people don't realize though that come with a lot of shit too. Because that mean I gotta do the same thing with her.
When
you
she
know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so meaning if she going to her sister's house to go chill, see her sister, now I gotta go there and chill, see her sister.
But yeah, but
you know
and my thing is too, like if I don't like doing it, now I understand like how we was when you're in a relationship, you're supposed to compromise and stuff like that. But if you don't like what I'm doing, you don't have to come with me, like, because I don't want you to force me to go with you to a situation.
Don't force me to go
and then I still go and I'm not as happy, and then you upset that I still came. Like, oh, that's nice.
Yeah, you gotta get a picture of that. Yeah, that's I don't like that either. That compromise of like, all right, you make me go, and my presence there alone is not good enough. Like, I don't want to be here, and I'm strictly because you made me go.
And then sometimes
if I can keep a smile on my face, then that should be
that's
it.
the hard part too. Like,
that's the hard part.
You gotta keep that happy face, knowing damn well you upset. Like, man, I don't really feel like being here, man. And you not talking to nobody.
Right.
Be around nobody.
You bored. But you always run into one person who got the same thing in common with you. Man, I ain't feel like
like when you go to like your people's, like their people's, you always find somebody else that's not really family that you hang out with. Like, all the in-laws. yeah. Y'all gotta connect because y'all real not family. Like,
yo, she dragged you out here too, huh?
Yeah,
man.
So you always find things like that.
I really think sometimes though it's like you gotta get into the right relationships, you know?
Yeah, that's
because those things come simple at the end of the day. Like if you don't want to do it, all right, cool. Because at the end of the day, the way I see relationships in general is two wholes coming together to be one whole.
Exactly.
So just because we're together, we still do separate stuff regardless. And if you're not able to do that within your relationship, you're just in a toxic relationship.
Right.
And it's like, you like it, I love it kind of thing.
I wish it was that simple when I thought about it. I'm 8 years in now, you know that.
I mean, it just, you gotta get to a point too. It's just like how much more you want to, go through in a sense of why can't we talk about this in a different way? I
just feel like, when you, I guess starting out in a relationship, you see the red flags, but you feel as though I can mold this person and hopefully somewhere down the line they'll be to my liking and they'll be understanding. But sometimes they never change. They ain't stuck.
You can't change nobody. That's the key thing right there. You can't change nobody. You can help improve people,
right,
with your own greatness, but you can't change nobody. And that's what it's like one of those things of like, let me try to be an example for you in hopes that you pick up some of it. But if you don't, okay, bye.
What about the when you talk about the evolution of a person? Like, when you with somebody for so many years, like and they're one way, and you see they ways starting to change and all that. How do you deal with that aspect of a relationship? Say you met this person, and when you met them, they was a morning person. Now, 10 years later, you can't drag them out the bed. Like, how do you, like, you know what I mean? Like, the evolution of people. Like, you change, and you change. Like,
I think for starting this conversation, like, yo,
like what changed?
Yeah,
Like what happened?
My knees start hurting. Damn it.
Do I need to start picking up some vitamins? Is that what you're telling me? Like,
No, but naturally people change over time. Because when you first meet a person, right, they covering up what they really are. You know what I'm saying? Who they really are.
But not
And
for too long.
not for 5 years. Like.
Not for too long. You get like the first 3 months. You'll meet the real person after like the first 3 months.
Well, what Trig said, when you start living with somebody.
Yeah, when you start looking
That's
at
when you
somebody,
really know. You want to kill them.
Hold up. You don't wash your legs.
Why it smell like corn
You
chips?
just let the soap run down?
Right. Hold up. You just let the water run when you brush your teeth? You know what I'm saying?
Some people real particular, you spit in the sink or spit in the toilet, like all types of
Wait,
stuff.
what?
Like,
yeah,
some
don't
people
wash
spit
your
in-
hands from outside in my kitchen sink. You better go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Like-
Well, some people, when they brush their teeth, they spit in the sink. Some people say they don't like that. They prefer you spit in the toilet.
Okay.
I never heard that one.
I'm one of
That's
the
a
people.
good one.
I'm one of the people though. Like I don't like the water to run while you brush your
Yeah,
teeth.
my
Yeah,
dad like that. He's
like,
like, who
you
running
brush-
that water?
Yeah, like that don't be on blast.
Oh,
You
you
like-
ain't gonna like me. You ain't gonna like me. That.
I
I turn it. I let the shower warm up before I get in there. I can't get
I do not like.
bathroom steam up.
I do not like the
Oh, fancy.
I do not like hair on the soap. Like I don't like. It's like it's real weird stuff. Like it's crazy.
But you don't learn stuff like that until you actually start living with a person.
Yeah,
Because a person might clean up everything.
And that's why you never run into a relationship like that. You know, there's too many things that you have to get to know about somebody to eliminate half the damn problems that people are going through.
So how long you think a relationship? Yeah, like what you think the steps should be in a relationship? How long should you?
How long should you date? Basically,
yeah.
Until you think you should make it official.
At least a year.
Yeah.
So how long in
Four
that year?
seasons?
How long in that year are you allowed to see other people? Once you date and you can't see nobody else?
Cause that's a fine line.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. It really depends on the person.
365. You like all right now?
This is true. Truthfully, if you're honest throughout the whole thing, it depends on the person. People love differently, you
A lot of
know.
people can't take their honesty though. I know I
Yeah.
can't. I'll be like, what? You hoe.
Like at the end of the day, until
That's why I don't
truthfully,
believe
My mom told me about you.
it's like the whole concept of the open relationship. People think with the open relationship, it's like, oh, I get to sleep with this person and sleep with this person. It is no. It's the person that. If I'm with you, that means I'm choosing you every day.
Yeah.
If you see me flirting, I'm just interacting as a human being at this point in time. Like you can't stop no man or no woman from looking at other people.
Yeah.
I gotta look at people just to get around this world, just as much as you do.
That's say different.
You know?
Yeah, but it's
But it's like one of those things that just like,
Walk with your head down.
if I'm choosing you every day and I'm looking to come to you because I want you a part of my life every day, that's where that root should come from.
Right.
So you can't, justify it by anything else, really.
well, what I've been seeing lately, and I noticed it in our conversation, is why are women so reserved to have a boyfriend? Like before, it was the men thing. Like man was like, no, I don't want no girl. Yet we just dating or we just that.
The roles
Now
reverse.
the role reverse. I really see a lot of women who be finding men that want to commit to them, or they be in long term, like you say, dating or situations because they scared to let somebody know that they have a man.
Yeah.
Like it's like everybody has a thing, but they don't have a man. A lot of women these days just have a thing, but not a man.
Somebody
Like where did that
their
come
lips
from?
over here.
Just society.
I want to hear
It's
this.
a toxic
one, preach.
society, It's one of those things of listen to music videos, listen
That's
to
like
that.
that's
and
like
it's
the emoji over the face and all that. Like no, I'm just
Exactly.
saying, but
We
where
smacked
does
that lips 2 times. Go ahead,
Let's
sis.
just speak
on it.
Speak on it.
But where does
Give us
that
the
like?
game.
And it's not just. I'm not just gonna say it's single out is like a priest thing. I see it a lot. Like a lot of people I've seen on
No, that's
Instagram.
true.
we
That's
just,
true.
In general,
you know,
just say they
we
don't
had
want
this
nobody.
conversation before, and like I said, a lot of you got a lot of females that want to put the thing out there that okay, somebody want me too. I'm not just lonely, but then at the same time, I ain't gonna let y'all know who it is.
Why?
Simple. Why?
But
relationships should be secret.
Listen, even when we had a conversation, it was like, yo, like, not to indulge in with our personal conversation.
Yeah.
But when we spoke, it's like, why not? And it's like, I don't know. And it's like everybody you speak to is like, why not? If all the boxes are checked, when I talk to females in general, like everything's checked, but what's holding you back from being that? When especially you got somebody that really want to commit to you, like what's the
if you putting a emoji over my face, that's a problem.
Yeah. Like, and it's not we're not directing this directly at you, but like what's the I got somebody, I like him, I want y'all to know I do got somebody, but I don't know if I want to be his just somebody. Is it a fear of because your somebody might be somebody else's? I don't know what it is when it relates to people.
Yeah, that's a poll, bro. We gotta put that up.
Like I know why I do it. It's just like okay. I'm chilling. Like I create moments with people. My moments don't last, so it's just like I'm not lonely.
Or is it?
I'm not lonely, but then at the same time, it's like this might be over in a little bit. Like I'm a Gemini. Like I'm a Gemini.
So is it you?
It's like like I might switch up tomorrow and be like, you know what, this ain't working out. Yeah, that's just how I like, and I say that like. I say that I create moments with people. Some moments last longer than others, and that's just how it is. So hey, I'm not lonely. I'm having fun over here. But then it's like, there's no need to even put it out there.
Put that up in a poll.
But I do have a poll here that I want to ask. Since we with Neesh. All right. So this is a ladies' question that we put up on the podcast story. It say, you and your man just got back together and are trying to do things different for the better. He takes you to meet his dad that he has a strained relationship with. And you meet his new wife and stepson. And realize you and the stepson used to have relations. Do you tell your man? Hey, you want to answer first?
You heard of that shit?
Somebody else in the back like,
I'm gonna say this.
Right on the door.
The type of person, the type of relationship that I would strive to have, I would say yes, because that means the balls remain in my court.
Right.
They're not going to be in anyone else's court. I don't have to worry about a couple years down the line. So it's like, this happened. And be like, well, why didn't you tell? Like, for that conversation, I'm gonna give you a full warning label with the conversation. Like, you might be mad at me. If you're mad at me, that's fine. Babe. Like, that's in the past. Like, you're going to get a full warning label with that conversation. But I'm going to tell you.
Yeah, that's how I am. I feel like I tell you. I tell you right there. Like, I tell you, like, can I speak to you for a minute?
No, you ain't going to tell him right there.
Yes, I would.
I
would wait till the get. I would the car ride home.
No, that's not.
Not right there in front of the guy. I'm like, can I talk to you for a minute?
You better not. You ain't over there fighting in there.
Wait for that car ride.
That's not a conversation you had right there because of that. The stepson even look at you. Yo, what's the name of automatically thing? Like, playing footsie under the table or something like that.
All right.
You let my pop hit too? Like, what else?
You put him in like a real awkward, like just like Erica Badu. Like, you could be a real awkward situation.
She turned her savage. Oh, what I'm talking about. I tell him right there. Like, cut it out.
He don't like, he not hungry or nothing. Like, no, I think I'm going to go.
Oh, that's dope.
You know, sister would tell him how good he was and all that.
No, I would not.
I mean, he ain't bigger than you, but
he used to do his thing.
As long as y'all talk, but guys ask too many. Guys ask too many questions, knowing they can't answer the truth.
Yeah, I think that's true too.
Guys
I think
ask too many questions.
Well, I think that comes with
so,
age.
like, I mean, you love him? Did you love him? Like, wait,
I don't know how to handle those questions.
Like, chill out.
I think with age you stop asking that stuff.
Like, I mean, was it like a long time? Like, why you want to ask that?
Questions because you don't want the answer really.
You really don't. I don't know why guys do that, knowing that we take a lot more than
listening to Keith Sweat on.
We take a lot of information and be able to be like and boss something and be strong. Mm-hmm. They hear like, so you hugged him. You was hugging him for a long time. You hugged him more than a minute.
You had me in the same space as this dude. You ain't say nothing.
It's like
that stuff don't. I think when you start asking this stuff like how were y'all sexual? Like, don't ask that. If you see she like that with you, if she gunned you down the first time you met, you think you got a pass? Yeah.
Like,
you think maybe you think you can't think that you're that special that like oh, she only did this to me. No. Not at all.
I really, men, if you listening, please, like, don't ask questions that you do not want the answer to. You know you don't want that answer. Like, just don't ask, because y'all know y'all be breaking this out.
She gonna invite, she gonna write the nigga over, then tell you what it is. She gonna show you the video on her phone. But another question we had was on a poll, and we this one we got a lot of different answers. It was your child father or mother or your child falls on hard times and they still do their part co-parenting. You're in a new relationship and it's looking promising. He or she needs a place to stay for 2 months. Would you let your baby mother or your baby father come stay with you for 2 months when you in a relationship?
No. 3 baby moms. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'll let my baby mom, they come stay, sleep in the kids' room. Yeah, man, because my whole thing is, she cool, I know that my kids is cool. And that come with adulting too, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. As a man, you don't want to see that person out on the street because you care for them, because you care for your kids.
Now, what if 2 of them said, yeah?
And then we all be in that damn house.
They ain't gonna be wrong.
They be rumbling in the kids' room.
I'll see you first.
That's adulting again. Yeah, it's adulting. As soon as one argument break out, you gotta go.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. You're not being an adult by a situation, you gotta
go. That's what's up, bro.
I think the key word in there is that they're doing their part as a parent and stuff like that. If you doing your part as a parent and you holding it down, I can understand that maybe, I say your apartment building caught on fire. Mm-hmm. Now, and also whoever, like another side of the coin is, if the person you dealing with is really offended by that at the beginning of a promise relationship, then how are they gonna react when y'all have a constant, y'all have a child together, so y'all have the constant relationship? Like, if you can't deal with this part and me and you not even nothing but just dating, how you gonna deal with me having a baby father or baby mother long term? Like, now I gotta look at you different. Like, yo, you tripping on my baby mom and you not even my girl like that. We just met. Now imagine how you gonna be when she's gonna be down the line, because she's always gonna be around because we have kids. Like, that, when they turn 18, that's over. No, you always gonna be in constant contact. Yeah, forever. My pop still be trying to come around and smack my mom ass. Like, you always gonna be around her.
You're not being an adult about the situation. I speak to my baby mom. I speak to her a lot, bro. Like, I'm talking about maybe once a day.
You have to.
You know what I'm saying? Because we not sitting up here talking about us getting back together, and then we're talking about the kids and moves that we trying to make for the kids. Teron did good at his football game the other day. You should have been there. Right. Nana did good at gymnastics. You missed it. Right. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm calling up how they doing. You know what I mean? Most times my kids don't even answer their phones.
Yeah.
And I think that too is key. Like, people say that, like, a lot of people struggle with your relationship you have with your child's parent, but like, a lot of that easy, being though she know, like, your situation, she work, when you don't make the football team, she know you just ain't sitting at home. Like, she know, all right, well, he had work from 7 to 3. That's why he wasn't there or whatever. You get a lot of arguments because the person just don't understand. They just think that you miss shit because you miss it. Because you don't have a line of communication.
I'm going to be real, though. My situation completely changed. Like, and you would think that it would have got worse, but it actually got better once I got married with my baby mom. Because it was like more, she was like, all right, this girl, she gonna be here, she around, so I gotta just deal with it. Right. You know what I mean?
I'm going to ask the question. It's a no for me. It's a no for me. I know I'm not the only one you can ask. If I was the only one that asked, I would have to see if I'm put in that situation, but it would be a definite no for me.
I'm in the same boat. It depends how we broke
up.
Kim. I'm petty. I'm petty.
That's true. Like, it depends on how we.
Then it's a hell no.
Yeah, you can still do your part. You don't have to stay with me to do your part. Maybe I can assist you with getting another place or something like that. But I know.
Yeah, there you go.
You gotta understand. Sometimes when you open them doors, then some people may
2 months turn to 4. 4 is like, I don't got no more bread.
Yeah, how can you kick your significant, well, your child's mother, you
gotta go, and then the kid hanging on there.
You know, daddy and mommy back together.
No. We're not even going into that end.
The whole reason, even if they sleeping on your couch or sleeping in your kids' room, mean that you just
hold up
right now to put them
that's true. But then,
as soon as your whole goal gotta be, she got
but if you had it, I think. the whole reason the scenario to give you a situation where they had to come stay with you. If you had the money, I would
first thing
prefer that you give them the cash
Look,
them out.
you're going to get a room.
Well, you can get a room.
You know what
Because
I'm saying?
listen,
You're going to get you a room.
listen.
But you fine paying for that room for 2 months until they get on their feet?
No.
That's another scenario too.
Yeah, because you got to think about it, bro. Listen, I'm going to give you... It's
Bro, I
crazy.
would pay the room for the
I'm
2
getting
months,
crazy
3
scenario,
months, 6
right?
months.
Situation.
Just for my peace of mind.
That's how my younger brother came about.
Okay.
I was on hard times.
Right.
Came stay with me, my dad, my older brother at the time.
Slid up in the room on pop.
Temptation came about.
Yeah.
Boom. My little brother here now, you know what I mean?
Okay.
They wasn't together at the time.
Yeah, but your pop didn't have nobody else, did he?
Huh? No.
That's the difference.
Yeah.
Big Herd.
Yeah,
You know,
I
Big
know,
Herd.
I know Billy Hurd got them all.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, you know what I mean? My little brother
Not
came
like
about
that
because
in-house,
of
though.
like... Right, exactly. So you gotta fight your temptation. Then you gotta fight...
Especially like when you said
explain
somebody
to
not
your
living,
lady.
if they is a promising relationship and they not living there, you got that old thing you already wore out. You already broke that frame.
Yeah, I mean, you might be drunk one night in the slide of it. You talking crazy.
Then she was running for
the
the
main man working late. You drunk coming in. She done drunk her wine. It's like, well,
She left her
damn,
tie run from the bathroom to the kids' room.
Wait a minute. Right, it been a while.
But let's get Neesha's opinion now. What do you think?
Would
you let them come stay with you for 2 months?
I would.
2 months.
Your
let's
baby
say
daddy.
3 months. 3 months is the everybody thing. 3 months.
I would, because I'm gonna look at it like Trick does. It's play your role.
Right.
Play your role. Mind your business and play your role. Because at the end of the day, if I'm in another situation, you have to deal with it. At the end of the day,
I'm gonna leave anyway.
You better wear some earphones to sleep, my man. Cause I'm
like, you gotta respect the rules of the house. And
you
I
gotta
go sleep in my car before I listen to somebody wear my baby mom out in the other room.
That's what
you better get a hotel room for the
for.
extras now.
I'm gonna have to walk out naked so she know I'm still packed. Like, look, he ain't doing nothing like that. Yeah, then it's just uncomfortable because
It's uncomfortable. Yeah, you gonna hear that. And then you know, main man gonna show out for it because he is in the other room. Now, what's my name? I can't hear you.
He gonna be done and telling you, please scream some more. Keep screaming, I'm done now.
He gonna be in there like mad.
Oh, crazy.
I don't know why I came here.
High off a rhino.
You down there just with your pillow and your blanket. I hate it here.
All right, I'm gonna head out.
Right.
But
that's this is episode 52. We're gonna give a special thanks to Neesh, the Frostitute.
The Frostitute.
Too many drunk nuts, pause. Thank you. We'll be putting up the work Archie did for us. Is lovely. I'm sitting here working. When I saw it, I'm like, I don't know where this is going, but it turned out. No, I'm just saying how it looks.
Fine.
No, it's not.
How's not? You can't get everything.
Neesh, thank you for coming.
No problem. Thank y'all. Well, thank y'all for coming.
Yeah. Right. Thank you for having us because we usually everybody else we gotta get a venue and all that, and they want to charge us. No, Zay came through on us too.
Yeah, Zay came.
But this is episode 52. Is with the gang. We out of here.
We out.
Peace, love, and buttercream.